That's right. Yeah.
All right, you can start off, dude.
All right. Let's go off with the first 15 laws of, I guess, how would you put this?
Friendship.
Friendship? Yeah,
No, building bridges 101.
that makes sense. Yeah.
How to be friends with other people or how to make connections with other people.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Mhm.
Okay, the first rule is you start making friends as soon as you leave the house, like, or
I mean, as soon as you meet people, I think.
yeah. Okay, let me go on further on that statement. When people normally go out and try making friends, they focus more on on the area and the field of it. They focus on only like one location. They say like, this is where I'm gonna make friends, not instead of I'm gonna make friends everywhere I meet. And like, especially, I'd say, like when you're walking past someone, you can always have a conversation like that. That's how you make the most out of your time. All right.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Like for example, like most people, they only try to make friends like at school, like, and then outside of school, they don't even try. Like it's not even in their minds.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like if you go in with that mindset, you're gonna end up with less.
Exactly. Especially like it's 2018, like connections are always great.
Oh yeah,
Like for career and everything else.
Yeah.
Lose and there's.
I remember like there was like 8 degrees of separation, like from you and like from other people. Like you can one is through someone else's connection.
Dude, is it 8 degrees? It cannot be. Dude.
Is it 8? I'm pretty sure
it's 6, dude.
It's 6?
Yeah, we can look this shit up.
I'm pretty sure it's fine 6, but that's still pretty impressive, right? Basically anyone through the connections you have already. All you have to do is say, do you know this person? And then if you don't, then do you know someone who could know this person? So everyone's more connected, and by making more friends, you shorten that depth, that degree of separation. Okay, let's go to the second. Dress to express. This would be better if like we had feedback.
The way you dress is a statement or an expression. We talked about this a little bit last time.
Just like dress to express yourself, or that's redundant. Dress that makes you feel comfortable in a way. Like it's not like you're forcing anything upon yourself. You're just being you. Yeah.
Also, don't dress for other people,
because people can notice that ingenuity in people.
What do you mean ingenuity?
Like they know that this person is trying to impress, and that's a major in most people.
No, not really, dude. Not really.
Really?
Like some people like people who dress to impress.
I mean, in my terms, or in my perspective, it's like changing your opinions to match someone else's instead of holding strong to your own.
But I mean, when I say like don't dress for other people, like you don't have to cater to their like preferences about how people should dress or whatever.
Yeah.
You dress however you like.
It's
as long as it's presentable, I guess.
Yeah, like it's also if you dress as you are, you're more noticeable.
It's not really, dude. It depends on how you dress.
Yeah, good. Yeah, some are flashy, but
continue.
Okay, let's just move on to the next rule, which is
there's too many distractions right now, though.
Yes, yeah, we're sorry for this. We're just it's nice having an audience. It's just we don't know what kind of feedback we're getting. Like, if it's good or not.
Disclaimer: we have an audience right now, so
she's good. She's good. We'd anyways, I should not keep on this subject too long. Anyways, number 3, move on your feet. Oh, that means the longer you hesitate, the harder it gets.
That's like for everything.
It is. Like, it's really hard to get yourself into a state of doing things immediately. We always put things off until the last second, like procrastination and all that kind of things.
Yeah, dude, but patience is a virtue.
It is in some sense, but
those who wait shall be rewarded.
Okay. In some aspects, that's really good, but require more immediate effects.
I mean, like, you know, it's like purely situational, though.
Purely situational.
There are things that you need to act upon them like immediately, and there are also things that are better if you just wait.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, I guess from your own perspective is to find out what needs to be done immediately and act on it. Because if you don't do it now, then either someone else or you're going to have to do it later is going to happen. Anyways.
Yeah. It's like it all like boils down to your judgment.
Exactly.
Like in the end, like at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. So trust yourself. If you hesitate, that means you're going to lose a lot more than what you can get.
Also, hesitating and waiting are not the same, by the way.
Yeah. Hesitating is like when you know you have to do something, but you hold off.
Exactly. Waiting is like you're already set your mind to do it, and you're just with the right timing or chance.
Yeah. Like, when is a good time to
remember, everything is about timing.
Then what's a good time to do something?
It depends. Like, what is that something, dude?
Good point.
Yeah.
I guess when it comes to people, it should be more immediate because it shows more sincerity to it, right?
That depends on the person you're dealing with. Because, like, you know, there's like differences in cultures. There are like cultures, like, for example, Asian, they don't like being too direct.
Yeah.
And too straightforward.
Yeah, that's right. Like, everyone has their own ways of
like you can't just be like act like all like too friendly within like the first like few days.
Yeah. Being too friendly, that's a really important topic too. Like,
it's hard.
Yeah, like being friendly, like for most people, when someone is really friendly to you, you have like a few trains of thoughts, which is like, this person is up to something, or this person wants something.
Yeah, there's like it generates suspicion, you know, if you're too friendly.
Yeah.
Especially if like you're breaking out of character, if you're usually not that friendly.
I guess in that situation, you should just bring your normal self. So like you don't have to fake it.
Yeah, you just be honest. Like if you're trying to be friends with someone, you just tell them that you're trying to be friends. And if you're trying to date someone, you just tell them you're trying to date them.
I have to disagree with that second statement because that's too direct. Like, you can't just...
I mean, dude, you don't literally say that I want to date you. You gotta be clear with your actions and don't like stop misleading them.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Good train of thought.
Like you don't go to someone like active, like, because you know there's like certain ways like how friends interact with other friends and how people interact with potential partners. Yeah, there's like you could tell.
Yeah.
You could tell when someone is trying to date someone or someone is just trying to be friends with someone.
Yeah. That leads to another important question that we can cover on a later day.
Why not today?
Well, we have to get through this first because we don't want to get off track. Because I remember like one of our criticism is that we didn't stay to like a set agenda and that it disrupted the flow So now we follow a pretty good guideline, I guess. So anyways, step 4 is have something to say at all times. Like
Rough.
I think some of the best.
You don't have to. It's not required.
It's not required, but it makes things a lot easier. Like some of the best conversation starters is the most trivial. Like remember yesterday of pineapple and food?
Of course I remember, it's yesterday.
Okay. But you remember how people reacted. It was always a positive reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone wanted to give their own opinion on it, like
or thoughts.
Yeah, and it's very clear cut. Like you're either on one side or you're on the other, and that's what makes this conversation kind of fun. It's because you can either, like, if they don't agree with you, like that pizza should have pineapple on it, which it shouldn't, then people would either agree with you or argue against you, and that's really fun.
Well, I mean, like they don't really have to argue then, because like you just agree to disagree.
Exactly, but it's something you can get. It's a springboard for a deeper conversation.
Yeah, or you can just like do it normally, like, hey, how's it? Good, something.
Hard to start a conversation with that.
That's like the easiest way.
Really, for me,
and the most natural way.
For me, it lacks any sort of, how would I say this? Ability to build upon. Like it's so flat that you have to add something onto it, and like if you're nervous, then you can't really think of anything on that point. So you have to build from nothing. You have to essentially improvise at that given time point.
That's like every time. You improvise every time.
I know, but it's good to have something to go in with so you don't feel as nervous approaching.
Don't you feel more nervous though? Because then, like, if you have something to go with, then you have something that you're supposed to follow.
Well, for me, it's like it reassures me to know that I have something to say or I have something to rely on.
No, dude, I think, I don't know, like it's better to just start off naturally and then you work from there.
Yeah.
Like, you don't start off with a punchline, dude.
Yeah.
You build it up.
No, I'm not saying a punchline, but like a general question of sorts. Like opinions. Asking for opinions. That's fine. Like for some people,
it's really weird though.
What is?
Like, imagine someone walking up to you asking you like, yo, do you eat pineapples on your pizza?
Well, okay, that's another important part of a conversation. It has to seem spontaneous.
That's really strange, right?
But it's
even weirder, dude, when you think about it. If it's spontaneous,
nah.
Like some person just walks up to you and asks that for like no apparent reason. Like they just wanted to ask you that way.
Well, it could be things in that point, but I've only seen positive results from it. You can't deny that, right?
I don't know. Because I've never done it. Like following a certain script.
Following a certain script.
Yeah.
I guess, like, but we can compare this to the way we're doing this. Like, we have, like, I guess the skeleton of it, and then as we go through each point, we add more flesh to it, and becomes more defined. You know that? Yeah, that's what I kind of mean. Having the skeleton and then building your way to something better.
What?
Okay.
I don't understand.
Okay, that analogy is kind of hard to get.
I don't understand anything.
Okay, what I'm trying to say is having an opener is like having a skeleton. And having the ability to continue that conversation is like building the flesh around that skeleton. So it becomes stronger. The conversation becomes stronger and more defined. Okay, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy. Anyways, you want to move to the next topic, which is body language, which it can include eye contact, shoulders back, hands out of pockets, standing up straight, head straight, like you own the world.
Yeah, like these are like the obvious ones, you guys.
Yeah.
When you're talking to people, don't act shady, because they would run away, of course. Like you don't act shady, like hands in pocket, like who this on, like would people talk to you if you're like this? Of course not.
You can't say much. You're usually the one wearing the hoodie.
No, it's body language, dude. If you're acting shady,
we tell you all the time that you look shady.
That's the goal, dude.
I thought we were trying to make friends.
I'm not trying to make friends, dude. They're trying to make friends with me.
That's a good mentality. But oh my god.
Yeah, it's to filter out the other people that you don't want to talk with.
Okay. Back to body language. Eye contact is another strong indicator. Okay, eye contact. Back to eye contact. Having strong eye contact shows a sign of confidence. And
does eye contact mean respect?
I feel like eye contact means like almost putting yourself at an equal field, like when you don't want to look at someone in the eyes, it's usually a sign of like weakness or lower class.
When you're averting gaze.
Exactly. And that's why stronger people tend to hold eye contact longer than most normal people, because
to establish dominance.
Exactly. Like okay, here's a very crazy example. Like if you see a gangster and you make eye contact, you probably want to break eye contact first, because if you don't, then you're essentially challenging him. No?
You would more likely to get attacked if you break eye contact.
Seriously? I think you'd be the first to be attacked.
No, dude.
Because
you're gonna play devil's advocate. No.
Well, the audience can decide on that answer. I'm pretty confident in that. And then shoulders back. That's what another thing we talked about yesterday. It's about making your body bigger, in a sense.
Taking up more space.
Being more vulnerable. Opening your body to vital organs and all that stuff.
Also, dude, hold up. Going back to eye contact, though, in some Asian cultures, like you don't maintain eye contact to older people when you're talking to them. That's a sign of disrespect.
Yeah, especially in cultures, but in all cultures.
So yeah, disclaimer.
Yeah, in all cultures.
Exactly. I mean, I only talk about the culture I'm familiar with.
Yeah.
I don't want to make up like bullshit that I don't know.
But in most, okay, but something universal about eye contact and lovers is that you usually make strong eye contact with someone you love.
Or hate. When you stare at them.
Yeah. It's just it's the same, but strong eye contact usually almost sometimes mean familiarity, right? In a sense.
Not really.
Yeah, that makes sense though.
Familiarity?
I guess not familiarity, but
like to the people that I already know, I don't even have to like maintain eye contact while talking to them because they already know me for so long.
I guess eye contact is a good way of starting a conversation or showing your equal field.
And it shows that you're paying attention to whatever they're saying.
And then hands out of pockets. That's another important thing.
Exactly. But you don't know when someone's just gonna pull out a knife on you. This is what I mean when I told you to not act shady.
Okay. In many cultures, having your hands out and showing this side of your hand usually comforts people. Like But when showing this part means like this is another vital or vital place, because if you cut this, then you're probably gonna bleed out and something like that.
Yeah.
You know, but by showing this to people, you're almost saying like, my life is in your lines, or my life is in your hands, and that I respect you enough to show you this, and that kind of thing. That's why politicians always have their hands out in a almost like in a, how would I put this? In reference to the people, or showing to people that they're not much different. No?
So like when you say like that they're not much difference, you mean that they're like the same level?
Yeah, they're not different.
That it shows that I'm not above you or something?
Yeah. And that's what makes people likable. Not that they're higher up, is that you can talk to them and feel like another normal person.
I mean, that actually, when you think about this, like when's the last time you had a conversation when the other person was just like this?
Yeah, the thing is, you don't do that. You just sometimes, like in hand motions, like I can't
like so you're telling me like, because like, you know, when people have conversations, some people like go this way.
Yeah, it's
or
showing
go this way.
It's showing the back.
It's always the backhand.
Yeah, it's the backhand.
Yeah.
That backhand is as well received than the front of the hand.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me, dude.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe we're seeing something, or you're seeing something that we don't see on people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't even remember when's the last time that I was talking to someone and showing them like my front hands or my palms.
Oh yeah, and like when you wave high, you don't wave. You wave like this. It's nice, right? Like most gestures use the palm of the hand.
Yeah, like slapping someone. You don't. I guess it works both ways, front and back.
Yeah, it's scarier to receive a backhand than a front hand, right?
I think it's more painful to receive the backhand though, because it's more bony, dude. There's knuckles in here.
Good point. Good point. That's why it's scary.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's scary.
So like slapping with the palms, it's more affectionate.
Yeah, it's like
slapping with the back. This is more disrespectful.
Exactly, like
humiliating.
Like I love you enough for you to touch the palm of my hand, and the backhand is like, I don't even want to touch you. Yeah. You're gonna get the pain.
You know, like the reason why like people slap other people, is like most of the time it's like if both people, if they're like really close, it's because the other person is disappointed with the other person's actions.
Yeah, that's why I slap. Yeah.
So yeah, slap your friends, you guys. Make them a better person.
Please don't slap them. Disclaimer: we don't endorse. I don't endorse this activity of slapping.
Violence is never the answer.
Okay, and then standing up straight is another straightforward thing.
I guess like it's kind of, body language.
Yeah,
come on, dude.
Taking more space.
Like,
and then
how do you even stand not straight?
Like no, slouching like this. See a lot of people slouch on looking down at their phone like this.
Everyone is like that these days.
Yeah,
smartphone era.
That's why you have to be a little bit different and stand up straight and look like you can face the world. That goes on to our another point, which is head straight. It's not like looking down, it's looking at level.
Yeah, I guess like this kind of connects to eye contact though. You don't eye contact like this. That's like, see, that's acting shady once again.
Yeah, like someone was making eye contact with you like this, you would think they were evil. I should
continue. It's like we were just like slightly being loud. Also, disclaimer: you guys were at the library right now, so we can't talk that loud. Continue.
Yeah, last time we were here, we yelled. I yelled too loud. Anyways, act like you own the world isn't.
Also, like be arrogant as fuck.
Arrogant is good and bad in its sense, but it's important to have a little pride in yourself. so fast to put themselves down.
Yeah, only be arrogant if you got the skills to back it up, you guys.
Everyone has the skills to back it up. It's just that they don't accept it. They're always quick to put down themselves. Like, one of the things in life is no one's gonna talk to you worse than you're gonna talk to you about yourself.
Oh, so your hardest critic is yourself.
Exactly. Like, you know how when you're facing a certain situation and you don't think it's favorable, it's the one who's telling you that is yourself in your head. You're always playing back the negative situation instead of the positive. Most of the time.
I that's when arrogance like kicks in, dude.
Yeah, that's when arrogance, I can say.
I can tell from experience.
Yeah. That's when arrogance plays a really positive role in your life.
Yeah.
Like, not all emotions are considered bad. They're there to show you something else. Like, sadness is to show you that you're happy, or like you were happy at one point.
Yeah. Also, sadness signifies that you were sincere.
Exactly. And happiness shows that means you had sadness, but you overcome it.
Yeah.
And that kind of thing.
But back to arrogance, you guys.
Arrogance is good in some sense.
Rarely.
Yeah. But in situations where you don't think it's favorable, it's one of the best things you can have. All right.
Fake confidence in a way.
Fake it till you make it.
Confidence without competence.
Yeah, confidence and competence go almost hand in hand, but they're not the same thing.
Do you continue? What else do you have?
Okay, rule 6 is speak up.
Yeah. Don't be a pushover.
Yeah, like
when you don't like something, tell them you don't like it.
Mm-hmm. Or in a sense, is not. In this sense, is to speak louder. Like most people.
Oh, it's literally speak up. I thought it was like speak your mind.
Yeah, that can also fall under this rule too, because
yeah, because like if you're making friends, you guys, what the other person is telling you, like most people would like back down a little bit because they want to make friends, right? But you don't do it that way. This is how you get like better friends.
Exactly. The best friends are there to criticize you when you're wrong, but also to prove where you're right.
Yeah.
And they in hard time where you can do better. That's the best friends. And but speaking up in a louder voice helps project a little bit more confidence. Like when you're quiet, you usually are in a state of lower self-esteem, right?
I guess.
Yeah.
Although based on experience though, like majority of the quiet people that I've met, they're like one of the most interesting ones.
Exactly. Like,
most of the time.
I feel like being quiet is something that is overlooked in the US. Is because like in the US favors more extroverted people. And they forget that introverted people have like more internal thoughts.
Exactly.
That exploring ideas that can only be covered within ourselves. And that's why it's fairly hard for introverts to get their thoughts out. Yeah. But you can change. Everyone can change from introverted to extrovert and extrovert to introvert. Takes
hard work.
I was an introvert, remember? Anyways, another one is don't milk the opener. Like, when starting a conversation, you shouldn't stay on that topic too long if you're trying to make friends. Like, you should move from topic to topic. Like,
it depends on the topic though.
Yeah, it depends on the topic, but
like if you're getting nowhere, then yeah, probably it's time to move on.
Yeah.
But if there's like more deeper things that you could go into details.
Yeah, I feel like that's like milking the opener is like just staying on that topic and not going deeper into it. Like staying on surface.
Yeah.
Because by showing that you're only staying on the surface level, like shows that you're not deeply involved in it or understand it.
I mean, dude, that also depends because not a lot of people know about the things that you know.
when you're starting a conversation with a random stranger, it's like you're not gonna usually get like someone who's gonna like bounce ideas off you as much as you bounce ideas off them. They have to warm up to you. That kind of thing. Yeah. All right. On to the next rule, which is be fun, don't take it seriously. That's a really important.
But there's a limit to it, you guys. There's a limit to it.
Yeah, there's a limit of how much, because if you take things too fun, then you're gonna be taken as a fool.
What is acceptable to you may not be acceptable to the people you're dealing with. So you gotta be able to gauge the limit.
Exactly. A way to recover from this is to, should we talk about recovering from this, from joking off too much?
I don't know, dude, but let's see. It's better to not even go to the point where you need to recover from it.
Yeah. Like, I guess the point where you stop having joking around is when they become more serious about it. Like, a change in tone or a body language. Yeah, that's a surefire way to tell you to stop joking around and be a little bit more serious.
And they would feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. Because making friends is all about building rapport and comfort. Wouldn't you say?
Well, it depends though. Like, if people can't handle my humor, then I can't be friends with them, dude.
Yeah. It's also really important to like if someone doesn't accept you as who you are when you first meet them, then it's better off that you don't know them at all, because if they're not willing to accept you now, then
you don't be friends with them.
Yeah, don't change for someone else. Be who you are, your genuine self, and eventually, after meeting a lot of people, someone will notice how much you actually do. Okay. All right. The next one is storytelling, teasing, and role playing. I guess that's another sign of fun, having fun. Like, friends usually share stories and tease each other.
No, dude, this is a way of gaining other people's trust. Like when you share a really deep or intimate story with them, when you're opening up to them, they're more likely to reciprocate and open up to you.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Sharing, like, by sharing information, bits and pieces of information,
personal stories.
Yeah. People are probably going to reciprocate back in the same form. Like, if you tell them a personal story about, like, I'd say like your love life or relationship with friends, they're probably going to...
Your past relationships.
Yeah. Past relationships are fairly important. Like, you have to learn something from them, because if you don't learn from them, you're just going to make the same mistake over and over. And that's why, before you jump into another relationship, look into the reasons why the relationship didn't work out and try again.
What if there's no reason?
No reason?
It just didn't work out.
Well, that means if you can't find a reason, then that means sometimes it wasn't meant to be, in a sense.
I don't know. No comment.
I can't go into further detail for that one. Sorry. But another one is avoid interviews. Like, some people get stiffened just like just shoot question after question at each other.
Yeah, dude, but what do you do when you stop asking questions and the other person doesn't introduce any new topics or ideas to discuss or to talk about? You just walk away.
Yeah, that's a sign of
unwillingness
or disinterest. But sometimes it's good to like brute force it, because sometimes people run away at like the first sign of trouble. But sometimes it's best to stick through it and keep on fighting through that. All right. And then don't ask about their jobs. That's pretty explanatory. No one likes their jobs, or most people don't like their jobs as they are right now.
I don't know where you guys have been working, but you're looking at someone who likes their job.
Okay, you're one of the rare which most people don't like their jobs. Jobs aren't meant to be fun. They're meant to be a business transaction, and that's why you should avoid talking about them, because
jobs are meant to be fun, dude. It's the superiors being like annoying people that are making it like worse than it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
I guess also the society, like how people make other people work harder than they should.
Taking advantage.
Yeah, it's also just lack of empathy, dude. Yeah.
All right, next one is
But dude, talk about like why we should not ask about their jobs.
Oh, not ask. Other than what's
I can't relate, because your reason is that people hate their jobs, so you don't ask it because it brings up like bitter memories.
Yeah.
And then that's it. There's no further explanation for this.
It seems like an interview if you like ask what kind of job you have. Like it's not personal. Like everyone can ask you what job it is, but not a lot of people can ask like, what do you think about this? Or people can ask you that, but
I mean, like if you successfully be friends with them, then eventually you're gonna find out like what their jobs are.
Yeah.
Or what they do for a
living. Don't use that question as a crutch to.
But it could be. Now you make friends with them, like you might find out that they are dealing drugs or some shit. Like, when is it too late?
I guess it's too late when there should always like be signs that you should be able to notice.
Red flags.
Yeah, red flags. In conversations like those, because people usually gives out small details about their lives or not. It's in the way we describe things is how you can tell, and that's why people who are very sensible or sensitive.
What do you mean sensitive?
I'm trying to say like people who notice these details are able to get
observant people.
Yeah, observant people are able to get the most out of interactions with other people, because they can pick up the body language of the person, how they speak, and what they have to say, and everything. Like everything the person does can reveal a lot about their character. Yeah.
But you know what though? Like the observant people, they grew up without interacting much with other kids.
Exactly.
They just stayed in the corner and observed other people deal with other people.
Yeah. It's like a really important skill you should pick up if you have the time to like notice about people. Yeah, and that's why introverts are really good at observing, because people watching is I remember people watching was a really fun thing I used to do. And seeing how they interact and reading their body language from a distance and trying to imagine what kind of conversation they had. Yeah, you can doing that helps you be more observant. You want to move on to the next rule? Yes. I cannot disagree that as an introvert, you like spending more time with yourself. That's one of the givens.
Not necessarily with yourself, dude. You could just like spend, I guess you enjoy or you prefer like doing things alone,
Yeah.
Yeah, like a lot of people like want to like go to the mountains, like hiking alone. Because I guess it allows them to connect with nature.
Yeah. In better understanding of themselves, in a sense.
Also, everyone needs a time to be alone, you guys.
Exactly. It's a refreshment. It gives people more ability to see things that they haven't seen before in a long time. Have we milked this long enough?
Which one?
This topic?
I think so.
All right, let's move on to number 13, which is another rule we talked about earlier, which is never leave the conversation even if you run out of things.
I mean, it's really hard though.
It is really hard. That's why
I would just leave in and walk away.
Yeah.
If there's not much things to talk about anymore, or if the other person is not willing to participate.
Okay. If the other person is not willing to participate, then it's fine to leave. But making that effort, that extra effort of staying, and even though you have nothing to say, gives you yeah, we're 50-50.
Me? Yeah, so our audience is asking me like if I'm an extrovert or introvert, and she thought that I'm extrovert, which clearly is not.
Well, you can change though. You can change. Nothing stays.
You can only change if you really want to change.
Exactly.
I enjoy being an introvert.
Yeah. Everyone has their own things, but you can always try something new. So yeah.
So like never leave a conversation. No, you don't necessarily have to follow that. If the conversation is going nowhere, then just leave.
Yeah.
There's no progress.
But if you want to make things stick, you have to go the extra mile and brute force that silence. Culture today, like we can't stand silence.
Awkward silences.
Yeah.
That's the right timing where you should make a joke.
How?
To break the awkward silence. You just improvise to like it should be related to the previous topic. And if you guys get stuck on something else, then yeah, that's the time.
Yeah.
The icebreaker.
Yeah. This is why having other conversations pieces ready helps you brute force it through. It depends on the people. Like some people enjoy that immediate reward of a joke, but sometimes people like the more studious people who like working for their reward, like riddles.
Yeah, so text you guys like context. Jokes are stupid, riddles are better. Yeah.
Riddles
that depends.
They're both great. They're both great. I know sometimes we'll have dissenting opinions with our audience.
Like riddles are only fun if the other person like can solve your riddles.
Really? No. I think sometimes some of the funnest is the ones that actually force you to think harder and harder and go over your limits.
No, I disagree.
I agree with the jokes are only great if they're genuine. Yeah, jokes is another topic we can cover later, but because what makes things funny differs from people to people. Our audience doesn't look very satisfied with our statements. Okay, vacations, which is I guess.
So like, okay, first qualification is that you should be alive, you guys. Like you should be like a living human being when you want to talk to other people.
Yeah, like I believe qualification is like I'd say it's saying things like you're worth it. What about?
Oh, what about Skype?
What about Skype?
You know, virtual friends are not real friends, you guys. Your friends on the internet are not real. Like don't trust them. Like they're like e-friends, you know, electronic friends. Like what good are they?
Good point. Yeah. So
so am I not real? Is this philosophical?
Let's not go into that right now because like that's too deep for us and we want to swim.
Like we can't really talk about anything anymore, so we're just gonna like freestyle from here.
Yeah, I guess. See what?
They're like a website, remember? Like what we were talking in our antro class.
Which one?
Friends for Hire or some shit.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Of my name, James.
Don't look at me. I'm not friends with him.
I'm friends with him. He's cool. He's cool. He's pretty tall. So apparently online there's a website called Friends for Hire or something like that, where you can pretty much sell your friendship at a nominal price.
Yeah.
Like minimum wage.
You can buy friendship now, you guys, but it's not genuine friendship. Just saying, then you're not friends anymore.
Exactly. But this would be a good thing to do on Valentine's Day if you're lonely. You could sell off your soul for a date and you get paid.
Oh, on Valentine's Day? Yeah.
Get a dog.
I have a dog.
I have a dog.
Do you have a dog? Exactly.
Exactly. Dogs are life.
But yeah, on Valentine's Day though, you guys, like if like any one of you guys need a photographer, like a third wheel, I'm down.
Like, okay, if you need like,
well, I don't have a date. I don't date. Who has time for that shit? I'm engineering major. I don't have time for that shit.
Well, I'm a psychologist.
Yeah, you should go out there and observe how couples interact.
Yeah, I could take notes of your interactions and put it in a nice report for you, which is good. Everyone has their own skills.
And sad at this.
But I don't think people should like get down because of one day.
That would be a mistake.
That is a mistake, my friend.
That is a mistake. What do you mean?
Anyways, it's a Hallmark holiday. Like, you shouldn't really take it too seriously. Like, especially
all holidays are made up.
Yeah. Like, don't worry about not having a date. It's fine. It's
exactly.
It's a waste of
It's a waste of money.
It's a waste of money.
Yeah.
But it makes a great excuse to ask that girl you've been wanting to talk to for a long time. It's a great excuse. It's a wonderful excuse.
I mean, like, if I really like someone that much, you guys, every day would be a Valentine's Day.
Exactly. But for the shy people, this is their chance.
The shy people, they won't even try. They stay at home on Valentine's Day.
Okay. Those who are able to experience a little bit more. So we have 15 minutes.
Yeah. Can you go tell that guy announcing that it's the library?
No, that's kind of...
Yeah. Like, yo, can you shut the fuck up? People are studying in here. No, I'm just kidding. No one's studying. Actually, it's the third week of class. Yeah. No one should be studying like hard right now.
It should be just
people just doing homework.
Yeah.
People just sleeping.
Yeah. That's okay here. That's okay.
I don't care. No comment on dudes.
No comment on our genders. Well, but we can critique.
I can't critique dude.
It's okay, man. Like, I wouldn't, for my sake. Anyways, was that all for today?
I think so.
All right.
Yeah, because like this, like last disclaimer, we're sleep deprived, so we can't.
We can't today.
Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow.
This is probably like the worst recordings out of all the recordings.
Maybe. No, the first ones were pretty bad. But
in terms of content.
In terms of content.
No, this is too serious, dude. We didn't have that much jokes. Like for these recordings.
All right.
Like, wasn't that part of the things that we talk about? The 15 laws or some shit?
Yeah.
You can't be too serious.
Okay.
It takes the fun.
Okay, next time we'll bring more fun into
like
this.
I said this yesterday, and I'm gonna say it 1,000 more. Like, the F in life stands for fun, not failures. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.